a blessed Wednesday to us. Every time the Israelites, or nowadays the Jewish people, would celebrate the Passover meal or the Pesach, which actually sometimes falls during the Holy Week of our celebrations. Before they begin the ritual or the celebration, there always is a question. And the question is, why are we doing this? And who asks the question? It is the youngest child of the family. And the question is, as addressed to the elders, will be answered by the father of the family. And when the father of the family answers the question, why are we doing this? He narrates the beautiful experience of the people, that they were a wandering people until God, saved them from slavery and then gave them the promised land. Why am I saying this? It is too advanced to talk about the Pesach or the Paschal meal. But that is precisely what joins together the gospel reading and the first reading today. Drill them into your children's children. That is another version of what we have heard in the first commandment, to teach them to your children and to your children's children. And this is always done, not just during the Paschal celebration, but every time things are happening. When everything seems to be ununderstandable, dili masabtan, ipasabot, ipahayag, o ipahiluna diha sa pagtuo. And it's not only for the Jewish people, by the way, but for all of us, and even those who are not of our faith. Bisan katong mga walay pagpakabana kung unsa ang mga butang sa pagtuo. Because a parent is always expected to bring down or to hand on what are the good things and the good observations, the good moral, the right, and the GMRC, good moral and right conduct, together with the expressions and celebrations that people are used to. And do you know what's the bottom line of this? This is what we call tradition. No, kita ra bang mga Katoliko, kanunay tang sawayon kay nakuno tay tradisyon. Unsa man gud na ay tradisyon? Actually, apart from scriptures which are written down, there are also things that are not written down but are lived out, precisely because of certain things that is being passed from one age to another, from one generation to another. So unsa man daybot ipasabot og tradisyon? Tradition is to hand on. That is the meaning of traditio, no? To hand on. So ipasa gikan sa usang adto sa lain, gikan sa mga henerasyon ngadto sa mga henerasyon. And practically we are beneficiaries of that tradition. But then the challenge goes on and on, because we have also to carry this out and hand this on to the next generation. Not only to the family environment, but also to our friends. Trying to explain as much as possible as we can what's the meaning of all these things. And so tradition is very important. But one thing I always remember and note as a student before, because in Latin, the two words traditio, tradition, is also related to tradire, which is to betray. And sometimes, if we do not know how to explain things, chances are we are betraying what is the real essence of what we are doing. That's why we need to study. We also need to get to know the rudiments, of our faith, so that once we are being asked, we are also able to hand down. And this is what the beauty of tradition is. Because even during at supper, when the Lord suffered, he was actually handed down, diba? He was handed on, he was handed down, so that he will become a treasure that is to be shared even to our times and even beyond us. Amen.